the Lone Star State, there are a lot of shining stars that have been a part of the DECA program. So we're going to take you behind the scenes to meet some of the stars of Texas DECA. Behind the music is Delvin Franklin, a star-studded Grammy-winning producer. Behind the courtroom doors is Kristen Metcalf, one of the rising stars in the Bastrop District Attorney's Office. Behind the TV cameras, that's David Keith Shelton, an actor and reality show star. Behind the bright lights and big stage is Jason Dorsey, a best-selling author, entrepreneur, and motivational speaker. Behind the massive production lines of Van Foods is Teresa Motter, the chief financial officer for this growing company. These 5 stars are all Texas DECA grads, each shining in their respective industries. But it wasn't always that way. Many of these superstars had a pretty tough start in high school, yet they finally found their footing and later their fame thanks to Texas DECA.
And I didn't fit in. I was, I think, 4'10" when I started high school, and just didn't really feel like I had a place.
I was very afraid to speak in front of other people before being in DECA.
I went from being a small country boy in a small Texas town to having a business with one of the most influential superstars in the world, Sean P. Diddy Combs.
Delvin's success in the music industry started out small, but he gained confidence in himself and his ability to do anything through his success in the DECA classroom.
The leadership role that I took with that organization really set me off for a path of success.
It's a path that these students all found themselves on, learning the basics of business and beyond in DECA.
The thing about DECA is that they offer all sorts of different aspects and facets of the business field. I mean, you can go into marketing, to fashion. It really does offer every single type of future business endeavor in that training. You're not only just going to an organization and going to meetings, you're actually training yourself to present yourself, to understand the real world and how it interacts, and I think that gives you an edge.
That edge comes not just from classroom work, but from the efforts spent outside of the classroom walls in work-based learning. They're learning the ropes of real life in a real-life job.
One of the things you had to do with DECA especially was learn time management skills. That was crucial.
I like to maximize my time. I think a lot of times you get into something and you don't know what you're really going to end up doing. And sitting in a schoolroom is not exactly what your job is going to be, and through DECA you can actually have real life application and kind of test it out before you actually invest all your time in going to school and finding out that's not really what I want to do.
They not only learned how to be competitive in the real world, but they also had the chance to compete in statewide and nationwide competitions in their fields.
And that was the moment when I realized I could do anything. I could own my own business, I could get a great job, I didn't have to stay in my hometown like it seems like most people did. I could do that. And that shift, that change in my worldview happened right because I went and competed at state. It just, different direction. And now look at what happened,
A world where Jason could be a top-selling author, a motivational speaker known as the Gen Y guy, and he was named Top Austin Entrepreneur of the Year at the age of 25. Because of DECA, Jason's eyes were open to all the possibilities.
For me, I got to travel for the first time, meet all kinds of cool people, hear great speakers, go to cool restaurants, fly on a plane. All these things shaped my worldview, and it was because of DECA that I got to have them. And I know there's people that I went to school with who, if they'd had those experiences, they would be in a very different place now.
And it's not just where they could be, it's who they could be, thanks in part to the encouragement and the teachings of all of the advisors in the Texas DECA program.
And I think the biggest thing is that I call a friend now because I'm older, but that Ms. Gore taught me was to believe in myself. And so often I think growing up the way that I did, there were so many reasons when I should second guess myself or I didn't believe in myself. And she 100% believed in me and pushed me and encouraged me and inspired me. And
Well, Miss Hinesley was our mom, not just our teacher, and she really helped encourage us, and I think she saw the positive things that maybe we were afraid to try and gave us the support we needed to do that. So it was definitely something that I cherish the rest of my life.
Jill Bell is a Texas DECA advisor and a true mentor to her students, who has seen over the years the amazing impact that DECA has had for her students.
So, that's very exciting for me to see them come back and realize what a great opportunity they really had, and that they were impacted by what they learned in my class and how DECA helped them.
With the help of their advisors and their experiences in DECA, they got a head start, starting small in their schools, but growing into shining stars in their industries.
DECA prepares you to be successful, not just be a leader. I mean, that's a term people throw around loosely. I mean, it prepares you to be successful in any environment, which is why I believe everybody should join DECA and become active.
Possibilities that could be yours if you take the first steps to success by joining Texas DECA.
Like it was just one of those things. Like you go, it's a good fit, and it works for you. And it all happened because I simply took the first step.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely they were missing out on something. DECA is an incredible opportunity to expand your horizons, to think outside the normal box.
You will be able to have the opportunity to travel. You will be able to have the opportunity to earn scholarships. You will be able to get an edge against the current workforce in your age. So why not do it? That's all you have to do is try.
Is to literally just try it. You don't have anything to lose. The worst case scenario is you end up being where you are. But I promise you that you're not. You're gonna become such a better person. Like your life will change and you'll see so many doors and career paths before you. And it all happened just because you've had the willingness to take a small little step.
To me, DECA is the organization that changed my life, and that's what it means to me. It was an experience that I had at exactly the right moment, which introduced me to a whole different world that I didn't know existed. I mean, I grew up in a really small town and wasn't exposed to all this cool stuff that was going on, and DECA was my gateway to make that happen through not just the cool stuff that they did, but the people that I met, the contests, the travels, everything. It shifted my view of the world, and sometimes it's hard to believe that one organization can do that, but it definitely did that for me.
DECA truly is an organization that's changing lives from the inside out and is letting these Texas students shine in the process.